We start with Indie World, the direct competition to Indie SeaWorld.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Andrew. We're back.
Amber and Andrew present the show with the same sickly sweet enthusiasm of people who just want to take a moment of your time to talk about their Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. Blatro joins Dave the Diver in fun crossovers, with the first of which being The Witcher 3. Geralt, an avid gambler, puts aside his main hobbies of killing monsters and ploughing witches crazy style to play a game that isn't Gwent. Blatro joins hands with fellow weapons-grade crack simulator Vampire Survivors. No word yet on whether Garlic will provide bonuses like they do in Vampire Survivors, but Blatro players are very familiar with being filthy and stinking. Dave the Diver returns the favour with his own crossover in the video game equivalent of a quick reach-around. Lastly, I'm not a big fan of the Among Us choice as it brings back harsh memories, like when I killed that person in the International Space Station in 1982, and I've been on the run from the Soviets ever since. Never, which is when I will get a new girlfriend, comes from the makers of Gris, who seem to only name their games after Icelandic investment banking firms' returns. This story hits quite close to home as it depicts the fatherless crisis of wolves due to the mass incarcerations due to drug possession charges. The most realistic part of the story is where Wolf plunges headfirst into a single mother. The next game is Moth Qubit, which sounds like the name of a Star Wars background extra.
Can Moth and his fellow bugs save the company? Or even reality itself?
Amber here makes a great case with her presentation style to bring back voluntary euthanasia, as I dream of the sweet release of lethal injection. Coffee Talk is back with Coffee Talk Tokyo. For those who are curious, the game involves making drinks and talking to people as they drink coffee, but unlike in real life, you aren't crippled by social anxieties. The much requested spit in their drink option to match the average Starbucks experience is yet to be seen, but developers have made an interesting choice in having a lonely middle-aged man grow alarmingly close to a fox child in what looks to be an imminent serious felony. The Sea of Stars DLC gives us a circus-themed edition with a terrible attempt to overthrow the winner of last video's Most Fuckable Clown Award. It looks okay. I heard the main game is good, but the more I hear Amber talk, the more tantalising a tragic trapeze accident sounds.
Together with new playable character Artie, they'll explore new areas and battle through dangerous dungeons.
Stay tuned for Wolf's Losing the Will to Live meter.
Hey, get out of my swamp!
Sorry, Amber. But just like onions, this one is weird.
Oh hello, this is Wolf's Haunting Ghost continuing to watch and report on Power Wash Simulator. If you haven't played the main game, then know that although you have access to powerful cleaning tools, you will never truly wash away the shame your parents feel.
Ugh, fine. I'm ogre it anyway. Trek universe, including...
Oh hello, this is Wolf's Ghost. Interesting Shrek lore note, he seems to be ejaculating glitter. How enchanting. Morsels. Two guys and a cat called Pippa present a game where you play as a mouse, making Pippa ostensibly a race traitor. Looks cool, 6 cats out of 4. Finally, a game where I can give my lampshade sentience and make love to it till the bulb shines. Date Everything turns normal objects into potential partners, over 100 of them to be in fact. The obvious choice is Shelley the Shelf and Doug, your fear of existential dread. However, I won't be dating him as my serotonin receptors have been fucking me for years. My second biggest fear is what form the body pillow will take, having already had sex with it before it gained sentience. My biggest fear, if you're wondering, is whether they will be able to contact the authorities to report me for everything I've done. Fortunately, they won't be able to call for help as I've already chatted up the phone and Wi-Fi. Peglin, which just so happens to be the main reason I can't go back to the nearby old people's home. Peglin is basically a pachinko game, which is essentially dickhead Pong. Don't care, 2 out of 14. Wobbly Island, which is what they renamed Epstein Island after the bad PR, is a game about launching yourself out of a cannon and engaging in wacky escapades. Despite the aliens and ape battles, the least realistic aspect of Wobbly Island is a functioning house market. Amber and Andrew make another brazen attempt to claim my life, which at this point is tantamount to third-degree murder.
Careful! There's a... Andrew!
Oops, let's try this again. Scoot.
Jump! Good thing we're tied together.
The absolute gall of the creators of this fun little platformer is to not only think that I have one friend to play co-op with, but they can think that I can actually muster 8 people to play with me, something only accomplishable at gunpoint. Quickfire, more Shovel Knight, Europa, an odd addition to the Europa Universalis series, Cuisineer, a dyslexic's nightmare, On Your Tail, a poor attempt at sneaking furry porn onto the Nintendo eShop, Metal Slug Tactics, how I approach women, The Plucky Squire, how I describe leaving the third son of a local lord to die at the hands of rioting peasants, Pizza Tower shows easily the most identifiable sex offender in all of gaming history, until you realise that he's Italian and that's just how they are.
Until next time,
Happy gaming!
Come on. No. Amber, Andrew, we've had a good run. Please go away. Come on. No voiceovers, please.
Hello, everyone.
Fuck!
Welcome to today's...
Tetris Forever, the same thing a Tetris insurrectionist shouts before dropping into place and exploding, celebrates Tetris' history of being extremely fucking boring. Play Tetris online and prove once and for all that your wife was right to leave you. Star Overdrive. Shred up, dude. Looked cool until you got off the board to fight a turtle. A waste of energy and effort as simply a straw would suffice. Goat Simulator 3 comes to the Switch, where I quote, "You'll headbutt, lick and explode your way across the island, just like I had to when I..." Legend of Heroes Trails of the Sky would get a sassy little remark, but the beat has me absolutely fucking buzzing. Star Wars Heroes, who cares? Chernobyl, motherfucker. Let's get it, worms. SpongeBob, the Patrick Star game, has you allegedly make sexual advances and tase people who say no. Oh, sorry, that's the Jeffree Star game. Fitness Boxing 3. This game has you practice the combinations you will throw after your Uber Eats driver gives you the wrong order. The Capcom Fighting Collection combines a whole bunch of games to me to get utterly destroyed on while playing online, mainly by a Japanese man who's been drilling combinations since the Sengoku Jidai era. They even added a really helpful hitbox mode, so when you use it to practice, you know that you're a massive square. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, which apparently I'm contractually obligated to say in full, sees all of your favourite characters from the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Atelier Yumiya, which is how I think it's pronounced, competes against Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics with the equally ridiculous name Atelier Yumiya, the Alchemist of Memories in the Envisioned Lands, which happens to sound like a Panic at the Disco song title. Atelier Yumiya. This game, I believe, is about the dangers of inappropriate hunting footwear, as your coat-hanger-haired main character does battle against a bad guy voice. Fucking hell, lads, I can always see her guts. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Room and Unification Wars, Jesus Christ lads, as another game that seems to think that having 100 friends is a simple task. I've got 4, max, and even they kind of hate me. Also, it seems that 2 characters happened to hear Amber and Andrew talk and ultimately made the correct decision. Dragon Quest III High Definition 2-dimensional Deep Penetration Big Black Clock for Real on God sees some nice customization options added, as well as the Monster Wrangler Vocation, the same title that all women who have sex with me have truly earned. 3 older Castlevania games, originally from the Nintendo DS era, are finding their way to the Switch. Each of them has a name that a shit black metal band would have with incomprehensible logo text. Civ 7 adds new leader Himiko, who shares the same expression as me when the fart came out as everything but a gas. With the ability to change leaders with each age, it gives us a new possibility to create all manner of nightmare blunt rotations. Tales of Grace's F Remastered, the F I assume stands for fuck, is about bright-haired anime children with quite possibly the deadest fits I've ever seen in my life. I'm sure it's about a group of friends who, use the powers of friendship to kill God or something, you know the drill. My Sims Cozy Bundle being how I described the blood-stained mattress to the sheriff's deputies, is a spin-off of the perennial murder simulation The Sims. This sickly, child-friendly edition pines for the days of immoral depravity the series is most known for. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted being what the deputy whispers into his radio after I snatched his service weapon, is another FNAF where this time you play amusement games and avoid being murdered, just like every fair in Britain. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed is a remaster that shows Banksy's early years. Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game, gives us a game where the weird foot blokes can finally have a game of their own. Just Dance 2025 edition. Turns out there's actually lore and story in these games as told by the dancers, the same way that my slurred speech and drunken attempts to stay on beat at clubs tells a much, much sadder story. Funko Fusion, the same thing that my local weed dealer says he has in stock, is like Skylanders for those with less taste, a sentence never before uttered. EAFC 25, a port matched by how miserable it looks only by my interest in buying it. Lego Horizon Zero Dawn, a game absolutely no one asked for or wanted, likely made to fulfill a contractual obligation made by their lawyers. Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, Azuma being the target audience based on this abysmal fucking trailer. Complete grueling manual labour, marry your child, and go directly to prison. The last announcement is Yakuza Kiwami on Switch, something that looks pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. Play as Kazuma Kiryu and become the single largest threat to the health insurance industry that Japan has ever seen since Godzilla made landfall. Show review, shit. Bye.